The pursuit of automotive perfection often leads to louder wings, aggressive splitters, and numbers that look great on a spreadsheet but sometimes lose the emotional connection to the driver. But in a quiet corner of Zuffenhausen, Porsche engineers created a remedy for the modern over-digitized world, and it has returned refined for the 2025 model year as the Porsche 911 GT3 Touring. For the uninitiated, the GT3 Touring takes the mechanical heart, the motorsport suspension, and the screaming naturally aspirated engine of the standard track-focused GT3 and wraps it in a subtle, elegant body that completely omits the massive rear wing. This is a car for the purist who wants a racetrack weapon disguised as an understated grand tourer. For 2025, marking the 992.2 generation update, Porsche has managed the near-impossible task of keeping this car raw, naturally aspirated, and available with a manual transmission, all while meeting the strictest global emission standards. It stands as a magnificent tribute to the pure joy of driving. Visually, the 2025 GT3 Touring is a masterclass in stealth performance. Without the towering rear wing of the standard GT3, the classic, clean silhouette of the 911 is allowed to shine. Instead of a fixed wing, the Touring utilizes an automatically extending rear spoiler with a tear-off edge, providing the necessary downforce at high speeds without cluttering the car's design. The front end features a subtly redesigned apron with a body-colored front spoiler lip, flanked by the new Matrix LED headlights that integrate all lighting functions into a single cluster for a sharper look. The underbody aerodynamics have been optimized with revised fins to ensure the car stays glued to the road despite lacking a giant wing. It rides on center-locking forged alloy wheels, wrapped in ultra-high-performance rubber that hints at the staggering mechanical capability lurking beneath the understated sheet metal. At the rear, the illuminated Porsche script is integrated into a clean light bar, and the dual center exit tailpipes finished in silver or black serve as the exit points for one of the greatest mechanical symphonies ever created. The soul of the 2025 GT3 Touring is its legendary 4.0-liter naturally aspirated flat-six engine. In an era dominated by turbochargers and electric motors, this power plant remains a mechanical monument.
For 2026 and beyond, Porsche had to install multiple catalytic converters and particulate filters to meet strict emissions targets, but they didn't let that dampen the engine's spirit. To counteract the restrictive exhaust, they fitted the cylinder heads from the radical GT3 RS, along with sharper camshaft profiles and optimized individual throttle bodies. The engine continues to produce 502 horsepower and 331 pound-feet of torque, but the headline figure remains unchanged, a spine-tingling redline of 9,000 RPM. The power delivery is linear, instant, and crescendos into a high-pitched, metallic mechanical wail that echoes through your chest. Power is sent strictly to the rear wheels, and purists will rejoice knowing that a 6-speed GT Sports manual transmission is available alongside the lightning-fast 7-speed PDK dual-clutch transmission. To enhance performance further, Porsche shortened the final drive ratio, making acceleration feel even more urgent and alive across every gear. Performance is blistering, with the PDK-equipped car sprinting from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.2 seconds, while the manual version follows closely at around 3.7 seconds. But a GT3 has never been about straight-line numbers. It is about how it connects you to the asphalt. The front suspension uses a double wishbone setup derived straight from the Le Mans-winning RSR racing car, completely eliminating the standard McPherson struts found on regular Carreras. For the 2025 model year, the teardrop-shaped trailing arms on the front axle have been subtly modified to generate additional downforce at high speeds, improving stability under hard braking. The rear axle steering works in harmony with the mechanical limited slip differential to provide a level of turn-in precision that feels telepathic. The car corners perfectly flat, changes direction with absolute immediacy, and provides feedback through the steering wheel that allows you to feel exactly how much grip is left on the front tires. It is an visceral, analog experience, masked in a highly sophisticated chassis. Stepping inside the cabin of the 2025 GT3 Touring reveals an environment that balances motorsport intent with luxurious grand touring comfort. Unlike the standard GT3, which uses extensive microfiber, the Touring leans heavily into premium leather upholstery, covering the dashboard, door panels, and center console in beautifully stitched hides.
For the first time, Porsche is offering rear seats as an option for the Touring package, adding a layer of daily practicality that owners have been requesting for years. The front occupants can choose between adaptive sports seats or the lightweight carbon fiber bucket seats that drop you low into the chassis for a true racing feel. The dashboard now features a fully digital 12.6-inch curved display for the driver, replacing the traditional physical tachometer. While some may mourn the analog gauge, Porsche included a track screen mode that rotates the digital tachometer so that the 9,000 RPM red line sits right at the top, ensuring maximum visibility when you are shifting at the limit. Safety and modern tech are gracefully integrated without diluting the car's purpose. The central touchscreen runs the latest Porsche communication interface, offering crisp navigation and wireless connectivity. However, there are no intrusive lane-keeping assistance or autonomous braking sensors trying to fight you for control of the wheel. The car leaves the driving completely to you. As we look at the automotive landscape today, the 2025 Porsche 911 GT3 Touring feels like a beautiful anomaly. It is a car that values engagement over numbers, sound over silence, and mechanical purity over electronic isolation. It is a daily drivable supercar that respects its heritage while adapting just enough to survive in a changing world. For the fortunate few who will get to own one, the GT3 Touring represents the pinnacle of analog sports cars, a timeless machine that reminds us exactly why we fell in love with driving in the first place.